Trey Foe, 711, the Deuce and the Nine. This is another exclusive with Hoover's man who laid the foundation to this thing, man, we call Under the Groove, the Hoover story. I got 3 originals with me, man. They're here, man, to just enlighten you guys, man, on the origins and the history of this Hoover thing, man. I'm gonna let them start off with introducing who they are, man, and we'll get into some conversation shortly after, man. So to my left, I have
TC.
Hola Ray.
Tony Stacy, known as TS.
Okay, so check this out, man. I want to start first by saying, because you started first, TC,
Right,
man.
right.
Where did this shit come from with you? How long you been doing this thing, man?
Oh man, I mean, it came from where I was a kid. You know, as Joe, if they've been watching, we grew up together as kids from 8 to like, you know, until this thing was birthed. It was birthed. We had been thinking about it when we was 11, 12 years old. Joe might have been 13, 12, a year or two older than me. We had been thinking about this prior, and I probably was about 12 when I was active. Started on JC's porch, but prior to that, we would be with Tony Sims, and we would go to the record hops and to D. John's, different places, and you know, we'd be with the West Side Crips. And so, you know, finally one day we sit down and we had a spot. It was called the Hoover Shack right across the street on 74th. It was a frame of a building that wasn't never built. It was just the frame. It was a wooden building. And we would be in the shack and
Wait a minute, wasn't no walls on the
no walls, no drywall, no nothing. But we'd be close to the alley. So if the police rolled down 74th, they couldn't see us. They would actually have to come through the alley or walk from 74th or 73rd through the alley to catch us. But then it was a maze.
Tony,
and
let them know it was just only about 10 or 15 feet away from Hoover Joe porch.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. And actually, it was birthed on JC's porch, and it was a gang unit called Team 29 out at that time. And the head guy, his name was Boswell. He was about 6'3", 6'4". He would challenge some of the main cats to a head-up fight.
And white.
Yeah,
white.
absolutely. And to a head-up fight. You know, like I take my gun belt off tight.
And
you know?
Hodges a part of that?
Hell yeah.
But hold on, man. Y'all got me stumped for me. Hold on. Let me hit you with this Hola Ray right quick.
All right.
So y'all was 12, 13 boys amongst men starting y'all own get in?
Right, exactly. Yeah, yes, for sure.
So somebody said in the comments, and I read this before, how can them boys be running around there running some shit or calling shots amongst these men?
We were different breed,
we were men and child. We were men and child. We were grown men, but we were children. We were kids, but we was man and child.
Just wasn't taking no shit, man.
You know,
Okay. Let's go back to Team 29.
I'm sorry about that.
Let's go back to Team 29.
First gang
People need
gang unit in LA.
First gang unit. The reason they established that was because we was pushing such a line. The Hoovers was.
Absolutely.
That's where Team 29 came from, just for us.
Yeah.
That's where the original gang unit started, because we was pressing that hard.
So from Team 29 came Crash.
Right.
So what people don't know, Crash in the community today was Team 29.
Exactly.
That started because of
just under a different acronym.
Exactly.
They made Team 29 just for us.
Right.
That's real talk.
They did that.
Anybody can't refute that.
Yeah. True story.
And whoever wants to, they can try.
So y'all had the shack.
The shack.
What they could call the shack. You had the walls of that.
You know, the shack was so cold, man. I mean, at probably 15, Tony had some 18-inch arms at 15 years old. So, you know, Tony Stacy. Yeah. I mean, him and Robert Battle was running around. Yeah. You know, Joe had size on, but we kids.
Yeah.
And so I remember, you know, like a lot of cats, we was jumped in. You know, they jumped on, we jumped in by 5 cats. We didn't want to know. All of us could always fight. We stayed in the Hoover gym. So our thing was, look, we carpenters. I got a tool, and I need you to be around later on this evening because we gonna build something together. If you didn't show up, I would see Tony, 5'6", 5'5", jump up and slap somebody 6'2". Where was you at last night when we were supposed to go to work?
Oh man,
you came and drunk up all the drink, you smoked up all the weed, but you ain't showed up on the block. You understand? So
Man.
you know that was our way of an initiation as far as you coming in on this. It wasn't about with your hands, man. I need you, man. I need you to lay that drywall, man.
Yeah.
I need you to paint that wall.
Right.
So it was we need to fix the shack because the shack was nothing but a shell.
But a shell.
So Dad left it alone, so we was gonna try to rebuild it.
Now, and let me hit you with this because we talking about the origins, the founding of this get out at this shack.
Right.
TSU came into the game a week or so after. How long was it before you became a part of this get out, man? This foundation, man.
Well, let me say this. Like on Kill Mac video, I told everybody, which I'm proud about the fact that like I told Kill Mac, on his video show, a lot of people think I started Hoover. I told them I didn't start Hoover. I know who started Hoover. I just didn't tell Hoover Joe's name at the time.
Absolutely.
The world know.
Absolutely.
Now I don't take credit for what other people done. I'm not no faking the fraud like that. But anyway, when Hoover first came, I was Eastside Council at the time, going to Bethune Junior High School. Everybody who became Hoover, grew up in Hoover, I was already close to them. We just Hoover Crips haven't came out yet. But when they did come out, just coincidentally, an incident happened on the east side with me when I was Eastside Council Crip that broke me off from the Eastside Council. I ain't banning them. I left on my own because they betrayed me. And during that time, within that week span when Hoover came out, that's when I left the Eastside Council Crip and joined the Hoover Crips. I already knew them. They always my dogs. Even though they weren't claiming Hoover Crips at the time, but when they became Hoover Crips, that's family right there. And I've been there since.
Absolutely.
Okay.
72, 1970. Everybody got the history. It came out 72. Period. Point blank with an exclamation point.
So TC, you established that this thing started on JC's and them points.
Absolutely. I mean, once we decided, well, I mean, we it was already in the makings, but when it was official, it was on that porch. Okay. Once it was official, you know what I mean? Because Sims, we would be with Sims, and we doing our thing. We trying to fit in somewhere. So, we did our own thing. It was 7459, when it first started.
What do you mean? 7459?
74, 75, and 79.
But you know what? I actually, if you don't mind, I want to hit TS with that one in a little bit. We'll talk about that one shortly, absolutely. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me hit Hola with this, though. Hola, where do you play into this? Where'd you come about?
Shit, well, I moved in the set in 68. There wasn't no Hoover Crips.
And what street was you standing on?
77. And between Hoover and Vermont.
Yep.
And I got familiar with this lifestyle because my sister, Nadine Bones, she'd mess with dude from East Side Crip. And One Eye Clinton them used to come over there.
Yeah.
All them Charles Jr. and them, Raymond Washington them.
Right.
This is when I got familiarized with.
So you knew these guys as a youngster?
I was probably like 8 years old, 7 years old.
You were introduced because your sister.
My sister
was involved.
Yeah, that's when I first recognized this Crippin.
Gotcha.
Right.
So I'm watching these cats, Yeah, I'm watching these cats, man, and I'm like, okay, they had the waistlines, they used to wear the waistline,
yeah.
And that's why I got familiarized in the set and came years later. 72, 73, the set. And so I was really I was there, born into this shit.
Yeah.
For sure.
So Hoover Joe, Tony Sims, and go on. I met him, first time I met him was in the shack. And I was going to Bethune.
The shack on 74 with no walls.
No walls, no drywall.
No
I met him because he's
no
plywood.
Yeah.
And
wait. He was who?
Mouse.
You all right with that? You all right with that, man?
Who would Joe talk about all the time?
Yeah.
Tony Sheets, Ty Moore. Ty Moore's the one named me Mouse. Because I was so quiet.
Yeah, he's quiet. And that's why I met him. I seen him in the cut. They was introducing him. And I'm like, and I was like, I like him.
Yeah. He's something else.
4 years later.
He's something else.
I mean, I ain't take nothing from the homies who Joe and them.
Yeah.
When we clicked up, Tim, rest in peace. Jerry Sims, rest in peace. And man, we took it to a whole nother level, man. We took it to a whole nother level.
But that was already established, right? Let me just say this: that whole nother level the set, to my understanding, and I'm not trying to put no extras on the set, man.
Right,
but when the set coming to this thing, it came like a juggernaut.
Man, yeah. You can say that.
It came like a juggernaut.
It did. I mean,
and again, it wasn't no bully shit, but it was a juggernaut to the sense where it was an attraction. It was something about the set that brought everybody.
And I can go.
And let me say this last thing. I'm gonna get out the way. It takes all kinds. Joe said this.
Yes.
You said it.
Yes.
You know, you said it.
Yes.
You said it.
Yes.
From all over.
Yes.
Right.
From all over.
All over.
You know.
Yeah.
So it was already set up and it was established. You know what I mean? Just based on that.
But let me interject and just say this. People need to realize when you talk about taking it to a different level, different individuals took it to a different level. You know, they were leaders. And it wasn't just me, it wasn't just Joe.
That's right.
Any different individuals had their own followers, but we was all representing the same thing. This crew, that crew, we took shit to a different level, just like the young generation.
Yes.
Taking it to a different level. So that's just how things evolve.
Well, this is what you said, individuals, you know, because we all are individuals,
We are
you know, and we all have our own mind. It's just
a lot of older homies, remember, they went to the pen.
True.
Pup, Bruce Gooseby, Joe, they was all gone.
Well, at that time, you know, they seemed like older homies, but they was young and went to the pen. They was 16.
They was older homies to me.
Oh, right. I feel you now, because I think Joe was about 2 years older than me. I think Tony's a year older than me. I might be a year older than you.
And Joe,
you know,
Joe is 13 months older than me.
Yeah. So you know, I remember, man, hey.
So when I say a whole nother, and it's what he said, it is what we all know.
Right.
So I'm alluding to when a whole nother level, these individuals, you know, like I said, when Kevin coming in this, it takes all kinds.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, what he said is point on, it's spot on.
Right.
You guys understood this, and you guys' contribution to the origins and history of this shit, man, is what I want to light on, man. It's what I want to tap into. You know, those that know.
Okay.
You know, but then we got those that don't know, but they want to know.
Right.
You know, to the point where they're trying to tell a narrative about this get down, man, but they're really unaware of what really took place or the history of this get down, man. And that's what, you know, you guys are here for. And I'd like for y'all to speak on that, man.
Yeah, well, I'm like, I wasn't from 7-4.
Okay.
I was from 77th Street.
Okay.
77th Street, Hoover block of Crips. A lot of people don't know about that.
Speaking of that mic, man, because they want to hear that.
No, we wasn't. I'm not original. We was 77th Street block who block Crips, and the Foles, Papa Boom, Leo, rest in peace. They was coming down there to get us to turn 7-4. A lot of people don't know that. We wind up turning 7-4. True.
Facts.
Well, I was originally from 77th Street.
See,
the 7459s came a little bit after that.
Yeah, and you don't let us know.
We'll get him get into that.
So is it the same for you?
Well,
did you start?
Well, no, I'm a day one. I'm a day one. So I was raised on. I was raised on 73rd between Hoover and Figueroa.
Okay.
Me and Joe go back since I was 7 or 8 years old. So if I was 7, he was 9.
Yeah.
If I was 8, he was 10.
There you go.
So yeah, I'm a day one with this from birth.
Okay.
You know, but like I said, what he said about the 77, it was 7459 is what as I recall. And Armand was on 75th. James Ford was on the 9. Chuckaluck, Ajax was on the 9, I believe. And Teddy and Wayne was on the 9. And then it went from where it went to where it is now. You know, we had None, which is Philip Crody,
original Beast,
that left from 76 to move down into the 40s and started the folk trade. You know,
so he once said that Joe said Joe described him as they rode 10 speeds.
Oh yeah,
they called themselves oh my god.
Yeah.
Judah Bing and them.
The Catins.
Yeah, they Big Ten.
No, Joe said they called themselves the Catins.
Well, see. Well, Judah Bing, T, Jelly, T,
I moved to
43rd,
not the Catins. I stayed on 43rd.
I'm talking about T. We talking about T.
What 73?
Which his brother's name is Bill. These 4 crates. You know, they ones. You know, from
Hoover Jack.
You know what I mean? Judah Bean, day one. You know what I mean? From Folk Track.
Yeah, 'cause I
You
stayed
know,
in the West Side Apartments.
But it was just I mean, you know, when you coming up, man, you know, to be that deep in anything is a great thing. You know what I'm saying? You feel great about it, you know, due to the fact, you know, you know, you're here. Just like earlier you talked to PT from Detroit.
Yeah.
You know, me and him, you know, hadn't seen each other for years and end up in 40 years ago, 39 years ago in Montclair. You know, and you know, I don't know if he told the story or you know, we was just doing us, you know. But you know, I met a lot of folks, you know, through this situation, this get down. I mean, this, you know, from West Side Mafia, Samson, Big Smoke, some other people, Kenyatta,
what about Barefoot
Nadine, Barefoot Pookie, rest in peace. I've been knowing him since we started our thing. But we happened to run into each other back in the mid 90s. It was an incident that happened where I was at, and you know, I look at him, we come down, you know, we you know, I'm looking at my cousin's like kind of spooked, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And I look at him and he look at me and he say T, and I look at his feet and I see no shoes on. I say, Pookie. He said, what's up, nigga? I said, man, I had nothing to do with that. Hey man, so we was good ever since then. And I think the last time I seen him in person was at Tookie's Wake on 95th at Winston's. Winston's.
On Vermont.
On Vermont. And I think the following day was the day they had it for everybody to come to. There was a lot of people speaking that probably wasn't even born when he went to jail. He went to jail in 79, you know. But yeah, you know, back to your question. Yeah, I was born and raised into that.
On the set,
you know,
So, you know, it's evident that all three of you guys have history on the set, man.
Yeah.
You know,
me, Tony, me, Holland. Yeah, you know, we definitely have history.
Got history, man. No doubt. Yeah. Now, that history, though, it takes us not just from the streets,
right,
but to the penitentiaries as well.
Some.
A whole lot of that.
Okay, well, give me something.
Man, I mean, it's just like, you know, for instance, like the existence of the Hoover criminals now. Only reason they exist and they developed because we was all gone. Our asses was locked up in prison. All the G's was locked up during the era when the Hoover criminals came out. Otherwise, it wouldn't even be out. We wouldn't even allow that. Yes, I totally disagree with that. It's self-destruction. Getting too many of our loved ones killed, but you can't separate the street politics from the prison politics, because our lives was involved in that. You know, they locked up a lot of us G's and threw our ass in prison. Same with all the other Crips and Blood. We was all locked up, and that's how the Hoover criminals came about. If we wasn't locked up, it wouldn't have never happened like that. But I just want folks to know right now, you still got the Hoover Crips right here. It's true to the blue. Here. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from claiming my originality. I'm gonna die for that. You gotta be crazy. I put too much of my life, heart and soul, blood and vein in that, man.
But I don't think nobody would try to, you know, extract from you guys, take you guys' established tenure in this shit, man. You know what you dedicated to this shit.
I look at it from this perspective, man. You know, it's their turn. You know, whatever they want to do. You know, hey, do what you do. Be careful with what you're doing, and you know, hey, do your thing. You know what I mean? We did our thing. You know what I'm saying? So do your thing. You know what I mean? And you can really, they can really, at this point in our lives, let them run it the way they run. You know what I mean?
And it is safe to say that everything evolves.
Absolutely. Nothing stays the same.
You know what I mean? So, you know, and not in defense of anything, because I'm not at all. And that's my brother that just spoke what he spoke. Yes, sir.
You know, that's how he feels. I'm just telling you, I feel what he feel, but my thing is, you know, it's their turn. You know, let them, you know, do you. It's do you. You know, be careful with what you do.
And let me interject, just say this. Look, I'm not denouncing Hoover criminal. I just
we understand that.
We understand that.
We understand that.
But at the same time,
we understand that.
At the same time, that's the phenomenal thing about Hoover is
There you go.
Hoover criminals exist. Hoover Crips. You still got Hoover Crips. You talking to some real Hoover Crips right here.
Yeah.
Stand behind the blue. Okay, we all family. Hoover's Hoover. Okay, Hoover criminals exist, and the Hoover Crips is still here too.
We still
Yes, sir.
family
As long as we
at the
don't
same time.
We
turn
still
against
function.
each other.
We still
Yeah.
family, you know,
Function in the same
they
umbrella.
just
Right.
doing their thing, man. It's just
Right.
like us
Hold on,
having a
what you got
kid.
to say to that?
No, I'm just thinking because I hear what the homie saying, but because dudes need to understand us Hoover Crips, we set the trends in this cripping.
Absolutely.
Get the fuck up.
Absolutely.
Nobody can deny that.
All right.
We set the trends in this shit.
All
We
right.
made up a lot of trends. The original golf hat.
Yeah.
Where do you think them came from? The Hoovers.
Yeah.
The Crip walk. We didn't start the Crip walk, but we made that shit different. We the
We
one
made it
brought
pop.
twists and turns and all that. Dancing Bear, Nine Deuce
Bad,
Hoover.
9 deuce.
Straight the fuck up.
Yeah.
Sule.
Set
Mom.
days.
Man, set day, 7-4 day. We start set day.
Try that. Hoover did
People need
that.
to understand that.
Yeah. We set the trends, the gear,
We set trends.
the whole get out.
We
True
set
that.
trends.
Yeah.
True that. True that.
Yeah.
The real G niggas from all different
Yeah.
sets out here, they know that.
Yeah.
And they'll speak to it.
And you know, I don't think that's the point Will made, man. All right. We all accept that. I think what TS is saying too is valid. It's valid.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
there's
No doubt,
question
man.
about it.
And this is for the youngster, the younger ones. Let me say this right
Go
now.
ahead.
Our generation is the one that did that.
True.
You know, our generation is the one that did that. And in our minds, we had a reason, or we had a call. We thought we were right in doing that. Because, like, you know, I'm saying everything evolved, things had changed. And it changed. It probably changed because the G's, not just from Hoover, was gone, but G's from other sets were
Mhm.
gone.
Absolutely.
Everybody,
All right.
So
These
talking
are
about
you
that.
guys. You guys were the forerunners that kept shit in order.
yeah,
And when they came and took y'all,
yeah.
you know, when that ship came and said, "Okay, we taking you, we're gonna cart y'all over," it left individuals to their own devices, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know, there's some. It's valid, man. That you know y'all were gone and they were gone, and they and us end up, bumping heads the way we
Hey,
did.
bro, let
man.
me interject. Just say this. Along the same lines you talking about, it's same thing. Go back to when Big Tookie fell on the 4 murders, went to death row. Raymond Washington got killed in '79. From that point on,
Shit
Crips
start
went
going
bad.
bad.
All the G's got locked up from the Bloods, Crips neighborhood. Man, they ain't shit been the
Everybody.
same ever since.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, this shit is
And
serious
I don't
business.
mean to just say Crips and Hoovers, but period.
Yeah,
G's
period.
all over.
Yeah.
Blood.
All in jail
Yeah.
at the same
Come on,
time.
man.
And from
Yeah.
79, 80, 81,
Up to the man,
somebody for their
everything
set
went
was
bad.
in the goddamn county jail. Everybody.
And I'm
And
like,
shit went bad after that.
man. So,
Yeah.
hey man, here's the reality, man. Here's the reality. I mean, that what he's speaking to is reality. That has a lot to do with what's going on, what we face with today, man.
Mhm.
One of our goals is to bring to the forefront the historical get down, man, and that's part of it.
Mhm.
Okay, why is this, that, and the third? What did this originate from and that originate from
Okay.
as a result of whatever, that brought it into play.
To your point.
He just made a good point.
Yeah. The point is, like, when you're talking about Raymond, they blame the Hoovers for that.
Who was in do that?
Hoovers didn't do it.
I spoke on that though.
Had too much
I
love. for
got
Raymond.
one
Love
of
Raymond.
these, and I went on the
Sad.
internet and I
What
said,
about-
"Hey, that wasn't Hoover."
Years
We know,
later,
everybody know who
they
did
found
that.
out different.
They own said they
We
did it.
ran with the coasters. We ran with the coasters.
Man, come on,
We-
man.
Uh-uh.
We had a saying.
No.
No?
Go ahead.
We had a saying back then. We ran with the coasters. Owl, bubble, line, and so forth. Wolf, so forth. We used to go partying together. We used to
Yeah.
go.
Grew up
Take
with
it.
him.
It
We
was
went to
not-
school together.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
had a saying back
Go.
then. Hoover's coast the most.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right the fuck up.
It was
Well,
all tight.
Hoover's coast the most.
True that.
We ran together. People don't know that.
Just like we ran with the 60s, the ETGs,
All
and
that.
it was all one love, but it ain't the
True that.
same no more. But I wish I had a panacea, man, to solve all this shit, man. But I ain't got it, man. I don't have
But
it.
wait a
bro.
minute, you might be dealing with the panacea right now, T.S.
I hope this is the start of it.
Yeah, come on now. You got to see the big picture. Speak on it, bro. Let it go. Go, homie.
Yeah, man. But yeah. You know, shit. We cool with everybody, man.
Speak on.
But at the same time, the young generation ain't cool with everybody because they've been misled, they've been misinformed, they've been spoon fed a gang of fakeism and bullshit and hogwash. The young generation, I'm talking about the grooves, they don't know their own history. That's why
true.
we here. This
That's
is what
true.
your podcast is predicated.
There you go.
This is about, we ain't gang banging. This is about education. We trying to educate
That
our
part
youth
right
right
there.
now.
There you go.
The youngsters up under us so they know their history. So many didn't even know what year they even came out to recently, man. This shit is serious business with me, man.
Yeah.
Look, man, I ain't got no beef with nobody, but motherfuckers got beef with me. Okay, you know, I know trouble. I know how to start trouble. Give your ass more trouble you looking for. Leave me alone, man. On the real.
So look,
He's serious too.
and he said, you can tell you where he at.
Yeah.
Hey, so on that note,
serious.
what's up, PD? You ain't here. Ain't your
He's serious as shit too. Yeah.
Hey, look.
I'm
Now,
telling you.
that's it. He
I
just
knew him
said
when he
some
used to jump
solid
up in
shit,
there
man.
and slap
When he
people
said
when he was
that
15.
individuals don't know the history being part of the issue.
Right.
That's legit.
Yeah.
This podcast started based on that premise.
Education.
Education.
Right,
I
education.
started out wanting to write a book. Someone said, hey, man, you should write a book.
Yeah.
You know, what we want for my
Yeah.
generation.
Mhm.
You know? But I realized I couldn't do that because I have my history.
Right. Well, you know, Ted,
I have
he spoke truth.
You ain't got to worry about it. I already got it.
But we got no. I'm saying that to say,
Yeah.
see, you know the history. You have a book. You know what I mean? You
Couple
got
of
some shit you got to do. But the social media is what's gonna help us get it out there, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gonna help us get it out there.
He deserves it. I done told him 3 times he's a walking millionaire.
This is what makes it happen.
Yeah.
All right. So that said, PT, thank you. Man,
I'm gonna say it.
hold on, let me say
again.
that. Hold on, PT.
Let me say something.
You go.
Let's go right quick. We gonna tell us to Tony at the same time. We gonna tell us to TS at the same time. You're a walking millionaire. Tell him.
It's solid. It's solid.
Hold on, what you say, TC?
I said, look, I want to say this to him all at the same time, sort of register. Tony Stacy, you're a walking millionaire. Now execute
Whoa.
your plan.
He been telling me
Execute your
Whoa.
plan.
Well, he
Execute
telling you
your
before
plan.
I told you.
I'm
You do for
telling
me.
Yeah.
Put your plan in order and do what you got to
Make it
do.
happen.
I love
Make
you,
that
bro.
shit
You've
happen,
been
man.
telling me
Make
that
it
for
happen,
years,
But
man.
I've been telling you this and trying to encourage you. Make that shit happen.
Yeah.
Right.
You got 5 or 6 million in your pocket. You just can't pull it out yet. So you just keep it in there so you will start.
Well, I need 100,000. I don't need
Exactly.
I just need 100,000. What you want?
want?
100, and I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna give it back.
You're
bro.
walking versatile, man. Make that
But you
shit
know what?
happen.
On that note, TC, that's some solid shit, man.
Real talk.
That is some truth right there. And not just you, I'm sure Hola. You know,
Yeah.
even he know, man. He go TS know, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is
But
what it is.
sometimes you remind
You know,
somebody
yeah,
of something, man, it start going into effect. You know, hey, let me make this shit, you know, let me bring it where it's
Abundant
supposed to be
clear.
brought. Exactly.
Mhm.
Let me bring it where it's supposed to be at. He put it right in front of me so I can touch it.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Well-
we talking about a lot of different stuff, origins and all that stuff, but we speaking facts.
True.
At the end of the day, we speaking facts,
Mhm.
and anybody welcome to come refute anything we got to
Mhm.
say about this.
Right.
I've always had that open. I
Okay,
said
cool.
that from
Cool.
day one.
No, that's beautiful.
I said that from day one.
It's called a
Hold on.
debate. It's
I
called a
said, hey,
debate. We can debate
People
this
gonna
all
want to
day long.
refute what's gonna be said on
Yeah.
the channel. You're more than welcome to come do that.
Right, right, right.
Cool.
Right.
You know. So
It's like we were talking about the Crip walk and all the twisted cold 45 spinning across the ground. We started that shit.
straight
Let
up.
somebody come refute that.
Yeah.
What I got to do from East Coast, Broadway, and I can name them, and they'll come say, yeah, where they learn how to get that shit from, where they got it from. Coming to the set.
Yeah.
And align with that, bro. It's just like I write books, bro. You know, I'm a certified writer. That's what I do. That's my love.
Right.
You know,
That's why I say you're
when-
walking millionaire.
when my second book come out, man, that's one thing, man. People got to treasure and value history, man. You better have your facts right.
You better have
You know, writing a book and all that,
Right,
man. You're gonna
right,
get called
right.
on that by anybody,
Yeah.
man.
Right.
I speak the truth, man. I don't know nothing but realism, man. So that's the reason I write books. I'm speaking the truth. It's from my perspective. And then later on, when Bud let me do my thing, then I go further in detail and get on that.
I was about to go there, but I'll wait. Cause you got this thing you want to. It makes no difference. They gonna hear you, whether it's now or at the end.
Whenever
bro.
you ready,
They gonna hear you. Trust me.
It's my best.
And I'm gonna say this in all due respect, people. In all due respect, I've said this to TS. I'm gonna say it to everybody else. When it comes to this Hoover shit, just for real, man. In terms of what the get down is and the individuals involved, this guy is in. I'm gonna say it like he's in the top 2. I have to say that.
My God,
I totally agree.
That's
All
my
right.
guy.
I totally agree.
So I said that to say
You get no
I
argument
said
with
that
me.
to say to the G homie. I say, homie, you have to know your worth, bro. You got to know your worth in this game right here.
Absolutely.
Because I'm gonna tell you, TS, when you know your worth, you know what that shit does. It trickles down. That's that type of shit that spill over. You know, with motherfuckers you rub out. I know that motherfucker 10 minutes. Some solid shit, man. If you know your worth, man, trust me, man. Your shit gold,
No
homie.
change with the homie.
Your
It's my
shit
bro.
gold.
It's my big bro.
Straight up.
And best who
Straight
ever
up.
did it. One of the best who ever did it.
We gonna say this.
Love y'all.
Say this. I'm
Man.
gonna
Love y'all for that.
We got
True
Hoover
that.
Joe
True
as
that.
a founder.
True that.
And look, man, people could say what they want to say about this Hoover banging shit.
Yeah.
Right.
The negative, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of positive
Oh yeah.
that they can't speak to because they're not in this. They on the outside of this get down. They're not in the know of this get down. So I'm pretty sure TC, Hola Ray, Tony, Stacy, PT can speak to some shit in terms of positivity.
Yeah.
What they got from this shit.
For sure.
Look at you guys now.
For sure. So we've been through
Come
the
on, man.
storm.
We've been through.
We gotta go through
We went
something
with that storm
to get to something.
something.
You're still here.
Yeah, we still here.
Look,
Grace
I'm
of
looking
God,
at
grace of
4
God.
dudes right now. I guarantee you, it's some
Grace
cats.
of God.
It's some cats was gambling that y'all wouldn't be here.
Oh, it's no question.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Hey,
No
but
question.
let me say this.
How's that not positive?
Hey, let me
Y'all still here, man.
Hey, let me say this, man. I appreciate all of y'all compliments, man. Let me just say this, because this mean a lot to me, man. People are like I don't have feelings and emotions, and I'm a
PD,
human
hold up,
being,
though.
man. Hey, hold up, PD. But
PT.
people are like I don't have feelings and emotions. Shit, I cried too. I'm going through hell like everybody else.
Yeah.
But I just want to say this, man, along the line, how y'all was complimenting me and shit. I appreciate it. And people need to understand, again, man, you got to go through this shit to understand it. You can read all the books you want, listen to all the white psychologists and the guest writers. You got to go through it.
Watch all the gangster movies you
when
want.
I say go through it, to
Listen to all the
understand it.
gangster rap you want. Because see, for one thing, this stuff is in us. It ain't on us. I know so many people that'll take a shower and this shit will rinse right off of them. And they got to go watch them gangster movies and listen to gangster rap all over again. This shit in us. I know niggas, this shit rinse off.
I like that.
I'm gonna tell you, nigga, take a shower, this shit gone.
Hey, but again, man, folks need to know, man. You got to be able.
That's some
You
niggas
have
that's
to go
got that
through
spray
this
gangster
in
shit
order
on.
to understand it. And the bottom line, people need to understand, man. You got the founders, you got the leaders, and you got the followers,
Yes, sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
And that all come about in this game right here. It's a dangerous game, right? But over the years since I've been out of the pen and stuff, man, I done met so many, man. I already knew thousands of Crips and Bloods from all around the world. I done met them all, man. Since I've been home, man, so many people done brought people to me to introduce them to me. They wanted to meet me. They asked me how it feel to be a legend. I'm like, that's like normal life to me. I stay grounded. I don't let that shit go to my head like that. You get killed behind shit like that. But I appreciate the accolades and all that. And they just showing me they appreciate the work I put in for this Hoover Cripism. You know what I'm saying? I put in work just like we all put in work for this shit. And so they appreciate it. And they always ask me how it feel to be a living legend. I just say, man, I'm just staying grounded, man. I was just doing what I thought I was supposed to do as a duty, as a Crip.
We didn't know.
I didn't
We
know.
didn't know.
Yeah,
I got my,
as a general.
I got my
As a general.
Yeah.
As a general. You
and I
understand
got my
what I'm saying?
reputation on accident. I wasn't into this to get no reputation.
Nah, we just doing what we thought we were supposed to do.
Like I
Everybody
said,
recording what we doing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reiterate
And I
that.
appreciate it.
It was in you. It was in you. It wasn't on you.
We just did
Yeah.
it on
You
a
got what I'm
different
saying?
level.
It was in you. It wasn't on you.
We did it on
It
a
was
whole
in me. It wasn't on me. It was in T. It was in Bub.
But
It ain't on us. It's
look,
in us.
this what I wasn't doing this
We're
doing this
product
this
of our
Hoover
environment. A lot of
Crippism
people use that
about
and
no
say,
reputation. That shit came by accidental. That's some accidental shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I didn't know motherfucker was recording what I'm doing
Yeah.
throughout life.
Yeah.
But that was some I was doing that as a code of honor, you
Yeah.
know, as
Right.
a duty as a Crip.
Yeah.
That's what all I was doing. I didn't know I was gonna get a reputation for that shit. So when people ask me I feel be a legend, I don't know. Shit.
True that.
Just
True.
normal shit,
Fact,
man.
fact.
So
I appreciate it.
and this is for all three of y'all, just based on what he just said, man.
Right.
Understanding what he understands now, as opposed to coming to it and having very little understanding, man. What's the takeaway? What you know, and it's not ahead of the get down, man. But what's the advice? You know, what can you tell motherfucker? You know, in terms of this get down, man, the shit you done been through in this get down, man.
Well,
What's the advice?
you already know. Everybody,
Yeah, I know.
a lot of people know through my first book, been out going on 6 years. You know, a voice from the church. I told them what they're gonna go through. I'm telling these youngsters, you want to follow my footsteps. No footsteps gonna lead you to the graveyard, the prison
places.
yard, or to death row. That's all I can
One
tell
or two
them.
places. Yeah.
That's it, and that's all.
Dead
Yeah.
in prison.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, whatever you do, hope you make the right decisions in life. I mean, we not just here because we here for a reason, and by the grace of God. Whatever decisions anybody make, any of the youngsters they make sure you make the right ones or try to make the right ones. Everybody gonna make mistakes. You know, this is why we on this podcast right now, trying to intervene on your mistakes right now before you make them. But it's
Right.
still up to you as an individual. If you do make them, we all make mistakes. Forgive yourself first, then try to correct yourself. You know, so all I can say when it comes to that, hey,
I'll say one thing with this lifestyle, this gangsterism, you know, understand the end game. What's your end game in it? What's your purpose in this? What you gonna get out of it? Ain't no pot of gold waiting on you at the end.
true,
Period.
facts.
But what if some of them, because you got them that think like this? They ain't thinking about no end game.
Oh, there's the end game.
They not.
I know they're not thinking
They're
about
not
it now,
thinking about it.
but when the shit get real in the field, because it will,
Yeah.
and then you will see.
I like that.
When you're sitting up in that motherfucker,
Yeah.
looking at that life sentence, that death sentence.
Then they run into the witness
Yeah.
stand, telling on their own homeboys,
yeah.
telling
Then
the snitches
when it
and
get
rats
real,
and all that
when it get
shit.
real,
Yeah. Yeah.
So understand what the fuck you
Man,
call yourself
understand what
getting
you
into.
think you
Do
doing.
that first.
Seriously.
understand this shit got consequences.
Got a lot of it.
It got
A lot of it.
consequences to it.
All right.
The shit get real shitty in the field.
And again, look, everything. This is my young rad right here, stand for
For sure.
Conrad. When I
For
say
sure.
young
For
rad,
sure.
this is educational shit. We know how to gang bang.
Yeah.
We
That's
know how to
easy.
get right here and diss
Yeah.
all kind of niggas
Oh, yeah,
neighborhoods,
yeah,
Crips and
yeah.
blood. We not doing.
Yeah.
We not doing that.
Yeah.
This is some educational
Absolutely.
shit.
Yeah.
Tired.
Yeah.
Look, personally, me, I'm
Yeah.
tired of killing my own people.
Yeah.
Been doing
There
that
we
shit
go.
all my life. I'm tired of that shit.
Here you go.
We all should be.
So
tired
somebody
of it.
asked in the comments, "Oh man, culture. What culture? What positivity? The culture is one aspect,
Mhm.
and I think we could speak to that in terms of the culture
Mhm.
as we know it.
Mhm.
Positivity. You just said some. I think it's solid shit. If that ain't positive, you know what I mean. I don't know what to
Right.
tell it.
No,
I
no
don't
question.
Take no
Yeah.
next individual. But hey, man, this shit on some real shit. It's a lesson in this shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, and for those of you got guys sitting in front of y'all, man, talking to y'all, man. I wrote something down, man, and they understand. They get down. You know, they said, man, look, man, there's a place for everything, and everybody fits into that place, man. I think one of our objectives now, that for these guys and myself at this age, is to enlighten, is to teach those who can understand, to learn. You know. To learn, for those who can want or who want to understand, you want to teach them, and to those who want to learn and need understanding, give it to them.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, I'm just saying, man, y'all have a position, or we have a position to let motherfuckers know, or individuals know that, man, we in this right now to give y'all some insight.
Right,
Absolutely.
To enlighten y'all, man, on this get down, man, because it wasn't all peaches and cream.
No,
It was not.
not by a
You
long
looking
shot.
at 3 dudes right now.
You got that right.
They've
Man,
been through the gambit, man.
man.
They've been through the gambit. You had 3 before them. They've been through the gambit, man. And we talking about hundreds of years in terms of time done. Combined, hundreds.
For sure.
I'm not even, man, I'm a spec to this shit right here, man. I'm like, this shit here's some real shit, man. Just pay attention though, man. This shit is real. You are, you have been, and you will be under the groove.